Hello everyone and welcome back to Penkitten Plays Europa Universalis IV, the third Rome expansion. We are back with Muscovy and a Russian expansion. Now, our Knaz, Ivan III Veliki, the bastion of the Renaissance as he is, he knows that if we are ever going to actually embrace the Renaissance that he is spreading throughout the land, I believe that's in ideas? Missions? No. Tech? Tech. If we're ever going to embrace the Renaissance and join the rest of Europe, we are going to need a large sum of money. It's currently costing us quite a lot of penalty. Now, if we're going to get that money, we're going to need this. The gold mine of Bashkiria. It's not a very well-developed gold mine, but we could make it something great. And to do that, we are going to need a free diplomat to declare war, as we do claim this province. As for Uzbek, they are currently occupied in a war against the Oirat and Mongolia. And while I believe military tech is still... No, they have actually limbered up, while we are still behind. In that case, we shall free ourselves up. First off, I actually want to revoke my embargo against the Lithuanians, as they can go ahead and do their own thing. They are not actually embargoing me, so I don't need to embargo them. And can I declare war on you? Take Bashkiria. What? Even Uzbek wouldn't bother. I thought you're just a tributary state. I thought you were a vassal. Well, jeez. In that case, this is a no-brainer. We attack. I will lead the charge. My Knaz will lead the charge. Meanwhile, we're still expecting Novgorodian peasants, separatists, to rise up. Yeah, that is an absolute wash. They have been defeated. Forever and ever. Now then, just break off 2 divisions? Sure. Just break off the cav to go and mess with the capital. Does the capital have a fort we would besiege? Yes. Monetary reforms. Our treasurers are arguing about need to enact some reforms in our economic policies. A new master of mint will be needed to take care of the money. Enact them. Lose stability for inflation. We have 2 stability. Lose, or there's no need for these reforms. Let's go into the economy. We actually have no inflation, so enacting them is completely pointless. So there's no need for these reforms. Bashkiria is ours. Now we can go over and help out in the siege I had started. I thought you had a... For some reason I had thought that that had its own... Weird. I thought Bashkiria had the fort. But nope. Bashkoristan. Veliki, you do not actually have any siege. Does anyone? You have 1 siege ability. You have 1 siege ability. Well, in that case. Break off... what to do? Siege view. Detach anyone who can hold the siege. Pull back with everyone else. No need to spend attrition in the winter. Now then. Break off 1 regiment. Get to that commander. Who's really not that useful. And Ivan can return victorious to Muscovy. A new year has passed. Join together. Attach. Or detach, actually. Denmark is spying against us. That is fine, that's fine. Encroachment of the boyars. It's hard to monitor everyone elsewhere all the time in the border boundaries between individual land properties, and often grounded in old traditional and documents written when the landscape had been looked quite different. For someone with the right resources, this can be exploited. A number of prominent boyar families have used their considerable influence in Muscovy to get away with expanding their properties considerably. If we want to protect the property of the state, we must act soon. Let it slide and they increase their influence. Or 50% chance that a 9 stack of nobility will rise up in... where? In Gaelic. Well, luckily enough, we actually have some troops in Gaelic right now. And my army is passing by. So, they might lose loyalty, or they might demand that the land be returned. Aha! Now we know the true colors of these damned nobles. They've attacked my Pescavian and Berluzero men. I'm going to be integrating those soon. I don't want them to die. The boyars are now very upset with me for putting down their little revolt. A pitiful excuse for a revolt. Bashkiria is falling. A trade league has disbanded. Goody goody gumdrops. I can invest in an idea, however, I wish to get the limber technology as soon as possible. We also have Ekaterinburg. Still don't know how to do the Siberian expansion. Maybe I need to be in Siberia. Alright, I've kept that diplomat free for a reason. Full annexation, please. Yes. Please and thank you. Now we have Ziltrust and Bashkiria is still Bashkiria. Okay. Make you a core. Make you a core. Bashkiria. Not one of my cores. I need to increase it as much as possible. As much as I physically can. I've kind of just went on around Kazan, although Kazan is still a serious problem. And I've seemed to run into an issue where there's now going to be a sizable revolt in this area. Well, just hold and perm. Might as well have my army come by to perm. It is Orthodox. Good. Disloyal state. How can I handle this? That loses loyalty. They gain influence, but no loyalty. Yeah, I would need to call a diet. That is not for quite some time. There's not really a way for me to raise it. Native assimilation in Ekaterinburg. Some of the local natives have been assimilated to the colony's population. And that's 100. An extra 100. With that, I'm actually thinking of perhaps recalling you and starting a new area. Although I would like to get that estate. And you don't have much renaissance. Although, into the institution spread, Resev. New trade good. They have naval supplies for some reason. Resev has gone, and now Klom. Let's see. 1.1. Integrating Berluzero. Their army is now my army. And they even have their own Streltsky. Look at that. How interesting. Now I have 49 out of 44. Was I already over the force limit? I think I might have been. What can I do? First army. You seem to just be a series of militia. I can go ahead and disband you. Reinforce you with this army of militia and even some cav. That sounds fine to me. Still puts me above my force limit, but I want to save my money for the institution. Ooh, hey, look at this. Autonomy -10 in all provinces. This will affect 5 provinces. Hey, that's better than anything else. Keep up those reforms. 0.5 per month. Neva is almost flipped, and that will give Coralia up. And Lagoda is almost there. Tikven, you're right around the bend. Komolo, Moskask, Plague. Lose ducats. Or gain autonomy. And yes, there's nothing we can do. So sad. Gonna just keep this money in my pocket, please. Ah, the limber is ours. Military tech has increased. And our beautiful, beautiful tech continues to spread. What can I do with this? Benevolent. The Queen, obsessive perfectionist, as I know. Dmitry Rurikovich. Golden era for France. Oh, quite a lot of places. Interesting. Embrace the Renaissance in every province you own. Hold 3 thrones. Not going to do that. Not going to be able to discover America. Unless, of course, Tilla would like to, you know... Oh, Ryazan would like to, you know... Step out of the way. Let me take over, please. Whatever. Those Novgorodian separatists are still just not doing anything. You know, I should probably use my army and actually move in. I'm surprised that I, as the beneficial leader of this country, would be going myself, but, you know, it is what it is. Let us hold in the mountains. So long as that doesn't kill our men. Hmm. 10 development. That means you should have a decent spread, right? 16. It's expected to be so long. Disputed succession in a couple places. Let's keep it on an institution spread. Yeah, Novgorod is really spreading it. Moskva's having a bit of a harder time. What about Nizhny Novgorod? Nope, not at all. It's not that high. Vyatka. And even Kola. Ah, because they're spreading from Sweden and Lithuania. That's why. That makes sense. Build buildings. Scout an agent. Let us check on how much money it's going to cost. Local autonomy. It keeps going down. Rebel uprising. The Bashkirians are at 80%. And for some reason, the Novgorodians just kind of settle down. Well, let's set my best general, who I believe is you, instead of my king, who is rather dangerous to keep up there. And you guys can come down to Muscovy. You are the Streltsky army. Bring you along as well. And wait for those Bashkirians. It's almost cord. Ah, quest for the New World. I could take it. What diplomatic tech am I looking at? Ambitions for colonial range. However, I am not really looking into naval ambitions, am I? I still don't have a navy. Russian ability. Sorry about that, someone walked into my room and announced. Alright, where was I? Now, Gankanaz, province of... Yes, Solost is ours. It's a core. It has always been ours. Now, I could spend some military points in here. However, it is definitely... Feudalism, devastation. No, it's definitely the diplomatic power I want to throw in here. Because that brings up... Oh, here comes a train too. We might be in the clear when it comes to that train. Russian ability. Could use this to cancel the Bashkirian rebels by 30%. Well, I mean, I guess I have a rebel faction. I might as well put them down. Still don't have the manpower, though. Ain't got that manpower. Need it. Build buildings, however, I don't really want that. The boyars are still pissy. Recruit a conquistador. Always wondered why all nations call them conquistadors instead of, I don't know, explorer, conqueror. Seems a bit excessive. Yep, Bashkiristan is ours. Though they still have quite high unrest. Let's give my bad general the army of Strotsky. You're still hanging out over here. Master of the Mint, Mikhail Tishoven. That's not good. I do have a lot of inflation now because of that event. It is trending down. However, it might be a good idea to get rid of it more. Especially since we're focusing data administrative, it would be a waste of my time not to have at least someone in there. Icon has been forgotten. The people of Muscovy have forgotten the truth of holy powers granted the commission of icons. It's time to commission a new set of icons. Well, let's look at that. Religion, 10%. I could. Manpower, recovery, speed, and discipline. Icon of Alusa. Institution of greatness, cost, and speed. Yes. St. John Climacus. 'Tis us. Renaissance, please. So, the ones on the borders are going to embrace faster. The ones close to people who understand it, like Pskov has already embraced it. Neva, so these are going fast. These are going pretty fast. Tver, Muscovy. It's too bad that they don't stack. We can invest in a technology, administrative tech. It has a courthouse for maintenance and autonomy change. Nice. I can make states. Where is a state map mode? Estates. Metropolitan. Whoa. That's different. Consecrate Metropolitan. Weird. State edicts. They're not just a simple state. Geographic states and territories. Yeah, so our states are right there. However, if I take Novgorod, I will make them into a state. Yeah, that's gonna that's gonna require some work. I can make states. Perm has 5 out of 5 with 30 development. So that's pretty obvious. I need to make Perm into another state. And how many more states can I make? I have South Karelia, Kama, 2 out of 4, Smolensk, 3 out of 4, Bashkiria, right, White Ruthenia, maybe, bam. Like a state, South Karelia. No, that's Arkhangelsk. 4 to 4 with 14. North Karelia, which I have 1 of 3. South Karelia. Oh, that's where Neva is. Yes, you get to be a state. And that seems to be our state limit. Good. Good. Oh, new national focus. Pass the Act of Uniformity. Take further steps towards the unified church by enforcing church attendance and set an order of service and prayers, the Book of the Common Prayer. Administrative level 8. Act of Uniformity until the end of the game, missionary strength plus up. Well, in that case, that is what we will do. Disloyal states of the boyars, and estates demand provinces. Well, if I look into here, anywhere that has high, particularly high, Tikvan, yeah, suppose I could give... No, they need to be cored first, right. Gaelic. Ironically, I could give you to the boyars, even though you've risen up against me. Morom. Kasimov. Morom. Give to the boyars. That's gone away. But they still demand territory. Vladimir can go to the boyars. What else? Vyatka? No, you make copper. I don't want you to go to the boyars. You could go to the burghers instead. Grain and Vetluka go to the boyars. Jeez, they're just not happy. Boyars, Vologda. They just make pelts here. Boyars. How many do you need? Vologda, boyars. Yaroslavl. Boyars. What is it gonna take, boy? Oh, clergy is unhappy with their metal ant. Oh, okay. We'll give it to the clergy. I've been giving everything away to the boyars like an idiot. And so many things need cores, but I can do that in the next episode. Thank you for your time. That's not my outro. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.